This is Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming back to the program. It is so good to see her. She is the executive director of CHAT, which is Culture of Health Advancing Together. Dr. Aisha Siddiqui. Hi.
Hi.
It's so
Thank
good
you
to
for
see
having
you.
me. Thank you.
Oh, man. Well, you know, it is officially summer.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
kids are out, and they're going to need something to do this summer.
Yes, definitely.
And so you all over at Chat, you're having your summer camps.
Yes.
So first, before we get into the summer camps, please tell us about Chat and what it is that you all do and your mission.
So CHAT stands for Culture of Health Advancing Together, and you can sense it in the name that we are all about health, but it's not about going to the clinic or doctor, nothing at all like that. It's the social determinants of health and how our social life is very, very important to keep us healthy, be it education, be it employment, food, environment. So our mission is to improve the health and well-being of immigrant and refugees through education, arts, access to care, and advocacy.
Oh, this is the perfect time for that.
Yeah.
Very much needed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get political and get into all of that, but very, very timely.
Yeah,
very timely.
And much needed.
And definitely much needed. Can I get your opinion on, how you feel about what's going on and has been taking place when it comes to the attitude towards refugees seeking refuge here, seeking asylum and just being turned away, or the kids being locked up? I mean, this is not who we are as a country. And with you having this incredible program, how does this make you feel?
So I cannot comment on everything because my knowledge is limited, but the thing that is for us, for CHAT, is when they come here, no matter how they come here as immigrants or asylees or refugees, once they are here, then the problem starts. Whenever they were in any other country where there was war, or they were refugees in some other country where they were on the streets, finally they were brought to the United States. But then what? They are here already. Yeah. Do we have a program? Do we have something in mind how to resettle them? And that's where the problem starts, because they come here through the resettlement agencies. So one of the 5 resettlement agencies pick them up from the airport and then drop them at the apartment and have some basic things like water or blankets or something. But then in that 5 months, or sometime even 3 months, they are supposed to learn English. They're supposed to learn to drive. They're supposed to find a job. They're supposed to start paying for their rent, which is impossible, which is no way that's possible. Even for us, if I don't have a job today in the United States, and I probably don't know if I will have it in 3 months or 5 months. So someone who doesn't even speak English, someone doesn't even know the system, doesn't know if the car drives right-hand side or the left-hand side, or how to do things. So that's where it's another trauma starts. So they have been through trauma, and now the new trauma starts. Yeah. And that's where CHAT comes in, holding their hands and telling them how things work here and how we can help them. And it's a lot of time I tell people it's not just helping refugees, it's helping Houstonians, it's helping Houston, because if we have a big, huge sect of our population who is on social support, or who are on food stamp or unemployment, then it's bringing Houston economy down. So by helping the refugees and by helping the immigrants and by helping those who are not doing so well, we are actually helping Houston, because we are keeping them away from, going to the emergency room for just a common cold or things like that, which they need to be educated and then supported. So then they don't do it, and the community improves, and they are like other flourishing, nice, good communities.
Yes. Well, thank you for that. You're absolutely right. And I never thought about it in terms of how you just explained it with that process. So chat, very, very necessary for the Houston community. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Dr. Siddiqui, the executive director at Chat. We have got some great opportunities for kids and teens from our very diverse community here in Houston, in the Gulfton community, with their educational summer camp. And it'll be a summer experience. So Dr. Siddiqui, what can the children expect at summer camp at
Fun.
Chat?
A lot of fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
She answered that fast. So, okay.
Yeah. So, because we also have a regular program, after school homework program, which is Chat Academy, where kids come from 5 to 7 every day. They do their homework and then other activities. But the bigger portion of that Chat Academy is homework, and which they hate because they don't know English and then they are struggling. So our volunteer tutors help them. But this summer academy is not homework. So it's all fun. It's all enjoyment. We will help them with reading. We will help them with writing, so there is no gap in their education when they go back to school. So in a way, we will prepare them for the next coming year, but in a fun way, because we will have theater, we will have dance and music, we will have field trips, we will have all the fun activities that you can imagine. We have STEM, we have arts. One, about our Gulfton Story Trail mural project. So one of the mural artists teaches arts classes, and that's a lot of fun. Kids love it. So we will have all those things in the summer camp.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I think anytime that you include the arts in education, that helps the child to learn better, and it keeps their attention. It's just there's no way that I could said it better. Like, it's just arts is the key. English they will learn sometime, like sooner or later they will learn. Education they will do very well once they get the English, once they get the support. But arts is instant. They can express themselves. Just this morning, I don't know if you saw that America Got Talent or something. There was this child. Yes.
Oh my God, he could see
autism, and he was blind. And
I mean, there was no way you could stop your tears, and how he could express himself just with music.
Through music.
So
he
art is the key.
That song.
Amazing. Amazing.
It was, and you were right. You could not stop your tears. I'm holding my phone like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that I needed this today. It was amazing.
It was amazing. And so that's what it does for us too. I remember this one child, he came, he could hardly speak a word of English, and he was just furious all the time, like frustrated that he couldn't do his homework, very, very motivated, but just because he couldn't read and write. But then as soon as he started picking up on English, now he just sings the songs. He sings beautifully, Lean on Me, or he's just in theater. Last year in our summer camp, this one mother came and she said, I can't believe my son, who came from South America, didn't know a word of English, was very, very shy, would not come in front of people. And she said, I cannot believe he was speaking and delivering dialogues on stage in English in front of the audience in just 2 semesters, after 2 semesters of, the chat experience, So that's what it is.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. And I'm sure with seeing things and hearing stories like that, it's why you do what you do over there at Chat.
Yeah, and one of the biggest thing at Chat is their friendships. They are all from different backgrounds. It's Chat represents Houston very, very well. It's so diverse. It's kids from all over the places. So when they make friends, they probably don't know their languages in the beginning, and if they don't know English, they can't communicate, but the bond between them is very, very strong.
That is powerful.
That friendship,
I can believe it. You're listening to Access Houston, talking to Dr. Siddiqui, the executive director at Chat. The summer camps are this summer. They will begin on July the 8th, running through August the 9th. All kind of enrichment activities such as art and dance and theater, as Dr. Siddiqui and I were just discussing. Where can parents that are listening that want their child to participate, where should they go to get all of the information on registration and location and all of that? So
it's on our website, chattx.org. It's www.chattx.org, and the form is there and the information is there. They can register online, or they can call 713-247-9764. Again, 713-247-9764.
All
and they
right.
can get all the information.
All of the information there.
Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting summer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, just based off of what you told me, I would love to just come one day and just to see what happens
Yeah.
at summer camp
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to see these kids. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, I don't
Talk
have to
to
make
them.
it doesn't have to be a big thing. Like I can just be in the background or just to come and see. But I would absolutely love to, Dr.
Thank
Siddiqui.
you very much. I'll have you over. You're invited. Feel free whenever. And we are at 6711 Hornwood,
Mm-hmm.
number 247. It's in Houston, Texas, 77074. So it's in the Gulfton area.
It's in the Gulfton area.
Yeah.
Okay, and I live over in
Yeah,
that area.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there is one thing that I would like to say is that not only that we want to have volunteers, because most of our programs are volunteer run, our resources are very, very limited, and we are also looking for sponsorship. If some corporate level, individual level, if somebody would like to sponsor a child or few children or the entire summer camp so that we can offer it free to those kids, that will be amazing.
Indeed,
So
indeed.
opportunities.
And how can they reach out for those that are listening and they want to do that? What should
Same
they do?
thing. They can
Same
go
thing.
online. They
Okay.
can donate online. They can send a message to us, or they can call 713-247-9764. This is Aisha Siddiqui, 713-247-9764, or they can go online, chattx.org, chattx.org.
And there you have it. Dr. Aisha Siddiqui, Executive Director of CHAT, which is Culture of Health Advancing Together. It is so good to see you.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you for coming back on the program.
Thank you very much for having me. I love it.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming for the first time on the program from the Health Museum. She is the Director of Education and Public Programs. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss LaTanya Miles. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad that you are here. You know, the Health Museum is a real body of knowledge, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So with the summertime coming, you all are having you're hosting your annual Faces of Innovation, the Global Teen Medical Summit 2019 here in Houston at the Texas Medical Center. So, well, first, for those who may not be familiar, you know, we get a lot of people that move to Houston.
Yeah.
Talk about the Health Museum and what kind of museum it is.
Absolutely. The Health Museum is an educational place for the entire family. We serve a multi-generational audience through our exhibits and public programming. We see field trips, schools from field trips throughout the city, and it is a place where you can really come and learn applicable approaches and ways to explore health and medical science. We do that through our exhibits where they're really hands-on and immersive. Our goal is to give people an experiential kind of time where they can really touch and feel exhibits, and it's very hands-on. But even with our programming, we seek to have programming that really fosters our mission and breeds a curiosity about health and medical science through hands-on activities, discussions, interactives. You can dissect organs, all kinds of fun things.
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very, very hands-on approach.
Yeah, and that's great. That's important because, you know, especially for kids, you know, who are
Absolutely.
interested in that. You know, they're more on the visual. If I can see it, touch it, and feel it, and play with it, you know, something tangible I can have in my mind. Like, oh, well, maybe I can do this.
Absolutely. And that's the goal, right? I mean, for kids, that's the way they really process and learn things, and then they carry it with them, right? It's one thing to hear about something or someone to lecture you about something, but when you
Right.
touch and feel, you will remember it for years to come. And that's
Yeah.
our goal, really, to create a Houston that's healthier and really create a nation, make Houston the healthiest city in the nation. That's actually
Yeah.
our mission.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here for that.
Okay.
as well. And then also at the Health Museum, you know, you all are very socially active, and what I mean by that is that I have attended numerous events that the Health Museum has hosted right there in the main hall where you all set it up with tables and, whoever's having an event. I mean, you guys transform that place and it's really, really, really fabulous.
Yeah, you know what? And that's the thing. We want it to be a place where community voices can be heard. We want the museum to be accessible to a wide array of audiences and demographics. And we do that through, programming out in that grand hall that you just mentioned. We have panel discussions on topics around health, but those things that really are that are interesting, right? Mm-hmm. Not just what you would go and hear from your doctor, but things that, we explore topics that you may not think of, like genetics. We did a piece last year on genetics and looking at how we're really pretty much the same genetically, but that 0.5% that we're different makes up for so much. Tonight we're actually having a screening. We're having a screening. Last week we would have had a screening of Angst, a documentary about anxiety in teens. So we try to make it really relatable and things that really speak to the community.
Yeah, indeed. You listen to Access Houston talking to LaTanya Miles, the Director of Education and Public Programs at the Health Museum. The Faces of Innovation, the Global Teen Medical Summit. You all are hosting that this year. What is the Faces of Innovation exactly?
So our Faces of Innovation Global Teen Summit is a week-long experience for students in grades 9 through 12, where they get, real hands-on experiences in health and medical science. They stay on the campus of Rice University. They get behind-the-scenes tours of the medical center, and then they really work on a project that culminates real-world science, real-world problem-solving in the field of health and medical science. And so they use technology like 3D printing to solve real world problems. So it is a week-long immersion in health and medical science that's fun, engaging, but there are also social aspects of that. We have game night. It's not just going and working on your project and doing those tours, but it's also cultivating leadership in the activities that they have at night through social interaction and team building.
Yeah. And what better place to have it than Houston, the most diverse city in the country, and to have the Global Teen Medical Summit there, just like it only makes sense.
It absolutely makes sense. And we get people from around the globe. We get people from all over that come and participate in the summit. So, students get to think about what their work experience will be like in the future. It's not just working with someone who looks like you or someone who lives next to you, but they have that experience where they're working on teams with people from around the world.
Yeah, and that makes great for, being able to work with others and just being, socially conscious and having manners. What is it that you're looking most forward to?
You know what? I love the final day when the students pitch their ideas. I am so looking forward to that. What they do is they talk to people from startups at TMCX, which is the medical center sort of startup where they are developing and cultivating solutions to problems. And they hear from those leaders and those innovators, and they take those approaches and they apply them to their own projects, and then they pitch their ideas. Why is what they've created, why is it better than what's on the market? How will they market it? Who will they market it to? And they are amazing. You look at these students who are high schoolers now, but they're talking about problems that we really need to address as a community and as a nation. So it's pretty amazing. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Indeed. And for those students and maybe parents who are listening, like, well, hey, my child is involved in A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This might be something that he or she would like to do. Is registration still available?
Registration is absolutely available. They can go to our website to register. And again, that website is www.thehealthmuseum.org. And if they go to the place that says Global Teen Summit, they click on that little drop-down box and they'll go there and they can register. Registration is open up until June 15th, and they'll be able to register up until that time. And if after that they have issues, we also welcome people after that if need be. Okay.
All right. So how many have you got a chance to experience?
This is my third.
This is your third?
This is my third.
Okay.
So
any great success stories or anything that kind of blew you away in the past two that you have attended?
Absolutely. Let me tell you, there was one participant who had health issues, and she'd been hospitalized, and her innovation was a portable mobile IV unit. And so it was pretty amazing to see what their prototypes looked like, and their explanation when they pitched their products and they talked about it. It really came from a heartfelt place. I was very, very much moved by their group, but her innovation. And so with that, they talk about why it's important. She said that, she felt dependent on other people when she was in the hospital. And she felt that developing a mobile IV unit would allow her to be more mobile and independent. And that was really important to her during her illness. So I look at those things and I think these kids are absolutely amazing. And what they come up with in these real problems in health and medical science that they're solving, it's phenomenal.
Oh, man.
Who would have thought of that?
Who would have thought of that? I mean, because I'm in my head, I'm imagining probably some small pouch that you can probably, hang on her waist or maybe put it in her back pocket where the IV is. And that is amazing. So if you know that your child is out there, they're making stuff, creating stuff very innovative, I would suggest that you register them for the Faces of Innovation Global Teen Medical Summit. That website is thehealthmuseum.org/Teen Summit. That's where you can register. Thehealthmuseum.org/Teen Summit. Are you guys on social media? These kids are all in their phones.
We are indeed. We are on Facebook and we are on Instagram, and we also are on LinkedIn for those parents who are there. So we are on social media, have a presence there, and we will definitely, share information there about the summit as well.
Indeed. Is that the Houston Museum, at the Houston Museum, or just, Houston Museum, at the Health Museum? Excuse me.
That's right.
At the Health Museum is where you can follow them on social, kids. I'm excited for you guys, and there's still plenty of time because the summit begins on July the 8th, running through July 12th. So there's plenty of time. So log on to the site so you can register. Man, LaTanya, this is
absolutely.
awesome.
Still plenty of time, and we hope to see, tons of people, new people that we haven't seen before, and we're looking forward to it.
Yes, indeed. So save that date, July 8th through the 12th, and register your kids at thehealthmuseum.org/Teen Summit for the Faces of Innovation Global Teen Medical Summit 2019. LaTanya Miles, Director of Education and Public Programs for the Health Museum. It's so nice to meet you, and thank you for coming on the program.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much again for having me.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
We'll be back with more Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.